Hi, this is Dave with NTI Online, and today I'm going to walk you through the installation of your new N-Link zone expansion module for your TFTN or TRX or FTVN boiler line. The product comes with 16-inch on-center spacing, so if you're using studs to mount this, you're going to find an appropriate wood screw, and basically you're going to line it up on your studs and screw it in. If you're using drywall anchors, then of course just anchor using an appropriate drywall anchor. To get the front cover off, there's 4 screws, 2 top, 2 bottom, and then you can slide the front cover off the unit. Inside, what you're going to find is 3 connections for your thermostats. These are labeled R, W, and C. If you're using a power stealing thermostat, something like a Nest or a similar type of 24-volt thermostat, you're going to use R and C to power your thermostat, and then R and W will be your contact closure for your central heating call. If it's just a straight dry contact thermostat you have, then R and W is all you're going to use. You'll notice there's an alarm contact here. If the boiler goes into a lockout condition, the alarm contact will close, so you could connect that up to your building management system. If you have a TFTN boiler, this is also equipped on the boiler itself. However, if you have a TRX or FTVN boiler, this is something that you would be an add-on, something you didn't get with the boiler originally. Over here, you've got your bus connections. So the E-bus is the communication protocol that this uses to talk with the boiler. You've got a B and a T. Those are polarity sensitive, so you'll want to connect those up appropriately. And then along the bottom here, you've got your line power coming in. You've got your neutral connection. This neutral connection will also be used for each of your pumps if you're doing zone pump power. So before you connect anything though, you should decide whether you're going to do 120 volt output or 24 volt output for your zones. So if you're doing zone valves, you're going to hook this little jumper wire here between zone input and R. If you're doing 120 volt, you're going to hook between zone input and 120 volt. In either case, your zones are going to go zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, or 4, 5, and 6, as is the case when you're connecting to a TFTN, because you're going to be expanding to 4, 5, and 6 zones, and the boiler will do 1, 2, and 3 out of the box. You've got your ground connections, and that's it for the high voltage wiring. To connect your low voltage, you're going to need a 2-wire connector. This is going to go from the boiler, so I've got a red and a black. So what I'll be doing is connecting my red to B and my black to T, and I'll do the same on the boiler. Now that all your physical wiring is done, we can finish the setup. So you're going to want to make sure that the dip switches on the left-hand side of this control board, if they're not already, flip those over to the right. So you just take a little screwdriver or something, just make sure those are flipped over. Your thermostats, if you're using them, are going to connect up to here. Now, if you're using the NTI room sensors, you can see our other video on the NTI room sensor connection and setup. However, you will be connecting room sensors to the bus connection. So room sensors do not go to here. This is for thermostats only. Room sensors are going to go here, and there's a separate video for setting up your NTI room sensor. Next, now that all this is done, we're going to move over to the boiler and show you how to set up the 6 zones that you have available, or the 5, depending on the product you've chosen. So now we're back on the boiler, and if everything's connected properly, you should see 6 zones along the bottom here. So zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That indicates that the boiler is talking to the zone controller. To set up your 6 zones, you're going to go to Setup. We're going to go to Tech Menu and CH Setup. At the top of your screen here, you've got a button that says Zone Selection. The factory default is Zone 1, but if you touch that, you should have 6 zones available. You can select the zone that you're working on by touching the screen, hit OK. Now you've got Zone 2. At this point, Zone 2 can be set for a maximum water temperature, a minimum water temperature, the type of outdoor reset control that you want, which is fixed outlet, basic on-off, room temperature if you're using room thermostats, outdoor temperature control, or some combination of the two. If you want to see what you've programmed for that zone, you can hit Show Heating Curve. It'll graph the heating curve you've chosen. And if you need more details on control setup, you can see our video on setting up the TFTN. But once you have these 6 zones available, you just go to each one, select and set the zone that you're working on. And back on your home screen, if you want some details, you can touch each of these zones and get details on what you just set, or you can set your zones up in here as well. And that's it for connecting the N-Link zone control to your boiler. Now that you have an N-Link, you have control over 6 individual heating zones with 6 outdoor reset curves, allowing you the flexibility to make better systems that are more efficient for your customer. So next, I'm going to show you how to set up the controller for your TRX or FTVN product. So once you have successfully connected the N-Link, what you're going to do is press Menu to get into the menu. Now you can either use Setup Wizard, so if I hit Enter, it's going to ask about Outdoor Reset, so we'll select that. And then you'll notice that I can select from 1 to 5 different zones. So let's select 5 zones, hit Enter. And the boiler is going to allow me to set each individual zone for high and low temperature, outdoor reset type of control. So we're on zone 2. We'll select those. Zone 4, 5. And then you're back to domestic. Now another way to do this, so I'm going to escape out of here. Is we'll go down to Tech menu, hit Enter, go into CH Setup, hit Enter, and then I've got zones 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Due to the way the controllers interact with each other, number 3 is not displayed, but you do have 5 zones available to use. And so you can scroll up or down to select the zone that you want and then set the specific parameters for that zone. So once everything's connected properly, setup is exactly the same as it is for a single boiler, just you have more options available to you. Thanks for watching the video today. If you'd like to check out more videos, see the link below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for all the future updates. And also check us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram.